Hello, everyone. Ride sharing, why it saves lives. Man, I could think of numerous reasons. Um, One, everyone doesn't have access to a vehicle. Second of all, there's individuals that do have vehicles, but then life happens, i.e., a car collision, i.e., the tires get stolen in the middle of the night, i.e., there's only one car, but there's a family of three, a family of more than one, and two people can't drive the vehicle at the same time. I know common sense, right? But that's the beauty about ride sharing. Ride sharing enables anyone, for the most part, if all they need is a debit card or a credit card, and they can get a ride. For the most part, no matter where they are, at least globally, especially in the US, especially in the DFW area. I mean, it's just helping people on all types of levels. For examples, there's again, there's parents out there that have kids, teenagers. The teenagers may not drive. Let's say, a parent wakes up one morning and feeling awful and has to get his son or his or her daughter to somewhere like school or to a fair or to a family relative's house. They could just call a they could just call a rideshare app and it come and save the day. It just allows for more convenience. And this was reiterated from a personal standpoint when I had issues with my vehicle. And what did I do? Now, sometimes I walk depending on where I needed to go because there's nothing wrong with getting your steps in. But as it pertains to this situation, I just called a rideshare app. Now, I will admit, I did walk because I was trying to somewhat cut costs. So I would walk halfway. And then when it got to a point where I couldn't walk anymore, then I would call for the rideshare app. But I was grateful for that then, and I'm definitely grateful now. Now, currently, I don't have any car issues, but again, life happens, and I'm not above that. That can happen to me as it can happen to you, and that's why being able to access it, it's an amazing thing. And you all can tell me what you all think. Those that currently do ride share in any capacity, you could be the person in the front seat driving, or you could be that individual in the back that is not driving, or you could be that person in the front that's not the driver because you had an additional party and you had to sit in the front, or you're sitting in the front because you asked the ride share app driver, can you sit in the front, and they said fine. So you all let me know in the comments what you all think. Does it save lives? I mean, God forbid, what happened if all the ride share apps had a situation where they couldn't, where they were off board, they were off circuit. I mean, imagine you just took ride share to work, your shift don't end until midnight. This has happened on X, where X has went down, but you go on the ride share app to try to pick your ride and choose your ride, and it's just not working. And you go through all of them because we know that there's more than one ride share app. And depending on where you at, the train closes at 2 in the morning. And then again, everywhere where you at doesn't have a train, don't have a bus route. But that's where the taxi come in. But we know, for the most part, there's not too many taxis around anymore. Um, when I was doing rideshare, there were a lot of individuals that told me personally that I saved their life by coming to pick them up. But of course, I didn't look at it like that. I just look at it as I was just being of service, helping people, doing what I signed up to do, just doing what there was a necessity. because the rideshare apps, they help me at the time and those that are still do use rideshare in any capacity, and that's going to always be that's the way of the future. You know, we know it's the way of the future because it's saving so many lives that everyone is taking extra precautions. Like most cars, most individuals that do rideshare, they have cameras just in case they have some rude individuals that get in their car or any people that want to be having shenanigans, and they're like, no, no, we need proof. And I think the positive outweighs the bad from a client perspective and from a customer perspective. I think when you look at the numbers, the rideshare apps have just been beneficial to all people. And I'll speak on this in another video, but they're kind of modifying it where we don't know what the future will hold for the company that is putting certain changes on it. But ride sharing, why it saves lives? It saves lives because people out here are hurting. We're all interdependent. We all need help, and there's sometimes one may not feel like driving, and if you're not driving, you can just go on your phone and stroll and set it up and just walk right outside your door. It's amazing. It's a good time for everyone to be living in that has access to it. And this is good for a single person. This is good for a person um, that may be a single father or a single mother. It's good for married couples because now having one car is not really a hindrance. Not saying one car was ever a hindrance, but if it was only one car, and like I said in the beginning, if both the mother and the father need to use the car, yeah, they can carpool, of course. But sometimes, you want to lay in bed a little longer, a little extra 30 minutes here, extra 15 minutes there. So that's another beauty of rideshare. Another positive about how it saves lives is that it cuts costs. In fact, there are some people out there that sold their vehicle, got rid of their vehicle, gave their vehicles to charity or gave it to a family friend or associate, and they just take ride share all the time. One of the reasons is because it just helped economically, and it makes sense depending on where you are. Depending on where you reside. If you stay in an area where everything is within walking distance and you maybe can take a bike and you don't really need a vehicle, and then not the ad, you have the apps that deliver food to you. So it's every most people want convenience and most people want to cut costs, especially with inflation, how certain businesses are doing their employees, letting them go, forcing them to leave, maybe due to age or budget or politics. I mean, it's tough out here for a lot of individuals, and it's really nothing to make fun of. But that's the beauty of ride sharing. Now, there's some people that have lost their jobs yesterday. They have currently lost their jobs today. Some individuals will be taking buyouts. But this is the thing. Let's say a person wants to get out the house, a person want to keep moving, they want to keep having income coming in. They can just sign up for the rideshare app and get to working in about 7 to 10 business days. As long as they have meet the guidelines, they can get the money flowing in. And it's another source of income, and it's the way to keep your mind going. Um, Another reason it saves lives because it forces you to communicate with other people, while you're driving and things of that nature. And it's also breaking the stereotype of stranger danger because Like I once said in one of my videos before, strangers are needed. Strangers are why businesses are successful. And ride sharing is no example is a great example of that. Excuse me, it's a great example because you start out as a stranger. You look at the comments, meaning not the comments. Excuse me. You look at the ratings, and they're still a stranger, but you're like, hey, I'm gonna take this risk because I need to get to where I need to get to, and it's 100 degrees out here, or it's 10 degrees out here, or my car's not working. So ride sharing, and that's why it saves lives. It has saved mine in many instances, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that can relate to this. So you all can let me know what you all think. If it saves your life, if so, how so, in what capacity, feel free to share. Also, feel free to click the link below and check out the book if you're a person right now that's on the fence about doing ride share, even as a customer or even as a business owner. Feel free to pick up the book. It'll help you if you feel as though you're enduring a situation right now in life and you feel as though you're the only one going through it. Purchasing this book will illustrate to you that you're not the only one and that it's only going to last for a moment in time. And if you don't think it can help you, it can help a friend, it can help a family member. And if all of those things fail, it can help an enemy. But I just wanted to bring you all this today. You all continue to have a great day. Talk to you all later. Peace.